All right. Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing? Hope everyone's doing great. I hope everyone's doing amazing because I know I am. My name is Chad. I'm a motion designer and I'm learning to draw every day just to prove to people that it's not really that bad. Okay. Just like the title said, things are very things are getting very, very, very interesting. And man, I'm just so excited. I'm just so excited. An old me or old version of me would have been scared, uh but not anymore. Not anymore. I'm actually very happy, and I'm very excited about the future. I'm very excited about what it holds. Now, Ryan, what's up, man? I'm doing my art homework right now. Good, right? W future. Yeah, yeah, dude. The future is such an interesting concept because you can think of it as something very terrifying, but you can also have it in your favor and think of it as something very interesting and holds many, many, many endless possibilities. And it's up to you, really. If you want to think about it that way, one way, it's probably going to be that way. If you want to think about it another way, then it's probably going to be another way. So yeah, and what I'm choosing to do is think about it a very good way. The past is a closed door, the present is an open one, and the future is an approaching one. That's a very interesting quote. Couldn't agree less. Couldn't agree more. Yeah. A closed door, I feel like you can. I wouldn't call it a closed door, but it's just like a closed that's like a door that's like behind me, right? Because if it's a closed door, then maybe that can entail that we just keep it behind and just lock it. Maybe a door that's not locked. Maybe an open door. Okay, no, the present is an open one. Okay, maybe it's closed but it's not locked, because sometimes we need to learn from the past. We need to learn from our mistakes, and so maybe let's not close it. Maybe just keep it like open a little bit. Yeah, that's one. The second thing is I'm starting to notice how I get better at things. In the past, I just used to just grab something and just try to learn it. Try to look the best way to learn it. For example, when it comes to After Effects, I just go on Google and I look up like the best course on After Effects and I just learn that. That is a very good approach because you go on Google and you try to look up the best course based on people's verdicts, right? People's experiences, if they have already taken that course, etc. But on a deeper, more personal level, and maybe this only applies to me. I've noticed that okay, in my prayer, for example, we do pray 5 times a day, and I've noticed that not that I've noticed, but I had some habits when it comes to my prayer, and which are not very true, which are not meaning that performing the prayer can be lacking if I'm making these sort of like mistakes. And I've been trying for the past couple of weeks at least. I've been trying to just like perfect my prayer, so to speak. And one of the, for example, I've picked up something and to try to fix it, which is like the movement of the finger, whatever it is, right? It doesn't matter. And I try to sort of like focus my energy on fixing that thing that I'm doing. I'm doing something wrong, and each time I'm doing it, because it's not like instant, right? I know that I'm doing it wrong, then I just not do it wrong and I do it correct the next time. It doesn't work that way. It's a habit that's built inside my brain This is like neurologically speaking, right? And it takes some time to change that habit and to with the other one. Um, and I'm noticing, like I said, we do pray 5 times a day, and each time I'm doing the movement of the finger, I do it the old way, and then the next time I do it the old way, but I remember mid sort of like action, and I fix it, and so on and so forth. And it took me some time to. Now I'm doing it unconsciously. I just like go and do it the right way. So I fixed it, right? But it took me some time. And it took me some time. So, it took me about like a week, maybe even less, a little bit. But it's a very interesting aspect. Is that it took me about a week of doing it 5 times a day to fix. Okay. And now I'm trying to project that into other aspects of my life. For example, drawing. If I want to fix an aspect about my drawing, how about I do it every day for 5 times a day and see how that goes? Now, obviously, this is on a bigger scale. This is something that needs to have more thought into it. This is something that has more variables, as opposed to something that's literally in small action, which is a movement of a finger, right? But the same approach can be applied. The only thing that's going to be changed is the time it's going to take to get fixed. And so that is its application, for example, to my drawing. Another application could be anything really. It could be on a social level, right? Trying to talk to people, or when it comes to public speaking, right? You will suck at it the first time. And now, by the way, I know what I'm talking about. This is kind of like trivial, like, right? Okay, Sherlock, but I feel like when you experience it, it's different. It's different. Yeah. So it's just an interesting concept. Like I'm doing it every day, obviously, for about like a half an hour a day, and it's great. But maybe if I do it 5 times throughout the day, maybe that approach is better, right? Because the greatest artists, really, they're not practicing. I mean, they're practicing every day, but they're not practicing like for 30 days in a fixed amount of time. Most of them go hours, and maybe not even hours, but they would just like pull a like a napkin, and they would just draw on it, because they're so used to, they have their fixation on the thing. So yeah, something to think about, something to try, absolutely. And maybe that could be, oh my god, I think I got it. This is going to be my challenge for December. This is going to be my challenge for December. Yes. I'm going to draw something 5 times a day. Well, not something, but I'm not going to try, I'm going to draw 5 times a day, separate times. Oh, this is nice. And maybe I can show, I'll have like the 5th and final drawing for the stream, and I'll show the 4 other ones on the stream as well, but they'll be already drawn. So this is interesting. This is very fun. Okay, I got it, boys. All right. By the way, I need some album covers in the background. I'm definitely going to hang up some of the Attack on Titan covers. The soundtrack albums, peak music. It's like I almost listen to it every day. Maybe some Tyler the Creator. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe some GID. GID got some good music. Yeah. All right, let's get to drawing. I'm very happy about this one, by the way. I've done it yesterday. And the silhouette in the background is funny. Alright, let's do another body, actually. Man, I rambled for 10 minutes? Yeah. All right, I'm trying to just not think about it because it's it's in my head and it's amazing what we can do. It's just that I can't wait to have like that moment, exact moment, to just like be like, yes, I'm going to do that. Let's execute it. You know, I'm just so excited. I really am excited, and I know I'm talking like in vaguely. I'm sorry, but in time I will be I will be able to talk about it in more detail. Okay, let's hop on Pinterest. Let's pick a reference and let's get drawing, baby. Let's get drawing. All right. All right. All right, right. Fish. Fish. Dude, can we get like a regular reference? Like, damn. Oh my God. Okay, this is interesting. I like this. Ooh, this one's fire. Do we do this one? Okay. This one is a little bit hard, so I'm gonna take it. I'm going to hide this one, hide this one. I'm going to take this one, but we're not going to be doing it today. We're going to be doing it tomorrow. Today, we're going to be doing this one. I'm going to do this one tomorrow because, dude, the distortion of the perspective is so strong. It literally made the ball sort of like not round anymore. That's very interesting. But like I said, I rambled too much today, and this may take some time. So we're gonna keep it for, I actually shouldn't have done that because Photoshop will make it very pixelated. And there you go. All right, we're gonna do this one. This one, I feel like it's going to be relatively easy. We're gonna see, maybe I'll eat my words. And the tablet is not working, so that's amazing. All right, let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Here you go. Here you go. All right, let's get it. Oh, dude, 2025 is going to be life-changing. With Allah's might, obviously, but oh man, I'm so excited. I am so excited. All right, here, let's think boxes, let's think 3D, but also let's think proportions and sort of like distance and direction, okay? Come on now, this is not even funny, bro. This is 1%? why is the phone on 1%? Oh no, this is not good. All right. I need to get this phone in a charger ASAP. Stat. But what am I gonna... Okay, look, that's okay. It's going to be fine. It's not gonna turn off, right? The phone is not gonna turn off. Let's just try to work with this one really quick. Or maybe we can take the mouse off. Relax, phone, relax. Yes, we're just going to have the tablet as our mouse. Can you shut up? All right, let's do it. All right, so, okay, before we start thinking of 3D and everything like that, let's think about the whole shape, right? The shape as a whole, the whole shape as a whole. This is sort of like a shape that's like doing this, so maybe a line of action as well would be helpful in this situation. Maybe it's going this way actually, right? And we're sort of going from here to into a straight line and sort of like starts bending towards the ends, right? Sort of like there, right? And then, okay, so looking at this is all right, I think, because you see this line here is almost as long as this line, but not quite. It's a bit shorter. And this will actually, the knowledge of anatomy would have helped here, because I would probably know the length. And I'm just looking at it, and even looking at my own leg, this distance right here is almost as, you know, long as the distance between sort of like this part and towards the end of the neck. So I feel like this is right. If things didn't go as planned, we can always change. Or we can always just like flip the table and never stream again. Either way, this is gonna get drawn. Okay, so we've got this line here. And then we've got sort of like this is almost like this, right? This is almost straight even. Yes. Right. Cloudy, what's up? Yes, new background, new light, new, you know, we've got a ring light over here, and I've got like some LEDs in the background. So it's on the ground. It's very it's very embarrassing to show, but you know, it's given the blue effect. It's nice. I like it. You know? Yeah, thank you. Like I said earlier, I'm planning on just like adding some decor to the background. Probably some album covers. I'm thinking of getting some of those and just like make it more interesting instead of just like a blank, straight up just blue background, right? But yeah, I'm very happy about it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. All right. So, okay, let's try to get the distance between this and this because you looking at here, I feel like the distance is sort of the same. Otherwise, he's gonna have a big butt. And we don't want that. We want him to have like an average, you know, a perfect butt. I'm going too dark on the lines here, so I don't really like that, but that's okay. And then sort of the distance from here to here is, oh man, dude, thinking about distances is very, it's just a skill that it took me so long to pick up, and it's so helpful. All right, let's sort of like simplify the shapes. Actually, I think I'm going to keep it simplified like this because I like where this is going. Simple shapes like this, it's very pleasing in a sense, isn't it? Okay, the butt, come on now. The butt feels big, doesn't it? Does he have a big butt? Yes or no? Chat, help me out. Let's answer this very deep question. Okay, if we go like this, I think it will be better. Oh yeah, you think so? Yeah. But I would lower the pointiness of it a bit. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, yeah, I think when I fixed it, it looks better now. And I think my problem here is that I set the line of action a little bit just like, it feels like it's towards the right. Yeah. So maybe, actually, I don't know. I feel like I'll mess it up. I mean, I'm changing the line of action here, even though this is almost a straight line. But that's okay. That's okay. You've got this. And so, okay, let's give him like a bigger thigh as well. Okay. Head. Let's see. Uh, okay. Now, all right. Okay, here's what's interesting. Now, up until now, I think I only thought about proportions, directions, and sort of like the relationship between the shapes, right? But I wasn't on sort of like 3D mode. So like I'm trying to understand like what the best approach is. Do I go like this first and then like think 3D, or think 3D while thinking about proportions simultaneously? So like trying to get that, but that's okay. So like do this and do this. Dude, he's too muscly, and the muscles are very hard to define. That's the best I can do. The best I can do is just like have some overlaps, right? Oof, that's a hard question. I would say to focus on both at the same time. I mean, like 3D shapes like cubes and cylinders. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Like think 3D as in you can never have too many muscles. Yeah, but muscles are very demanding. I'm thinking about something like this, right? This is the reference. You know, in this one, I thought about, you know, wait, not this one. The first thing I did was draw the biggest shape. And when I say the biggest shape, as in the biggest cube, it's not really a cube here, but it's this one, right? That's like represents the upper body. And then on top of that, I did the rest, right? So but when it comes to this one, the one that I'm drawing now, I didn't think that way. So I wonder what the best approach is, right? I'm just trying to figure out what the best approach is. Now, I think looking at it like this, I think the upper body feels larger than the lower body. The thigh feels a bit small still, like the whole leg feels small. So, okay, I mean, maybe if we do some muscle definition, some more muscle definition, it will like, the size of the upper body will shrink. And to be fair, he has an amazing upper body as well. Like, the dude is built. So, I can already see it. Sort of, you see, okay, we did an oopsie daisy here. This is tough. The one you're working on now is much more natural and organic, which is important. I agree. I agree. The other one is literally just a mannequin. It's very stiff. But this one you can sort of like feel the flow a little bit, even if it's like a bit distorted, but you can just feel something. I agree, yeah. Okay. Look. I think here is, I think we can go a little bit higher here. I just like do this. Okay, by the way, I'm trying not to spend a lot of time here because I have a tutorial to watch. I picked up a new tutorial to watch, and it's about, you know, painting. It's on YouTube. It's a series. It's called 10 Minutes for Better Painting. It's by Mark something. There you go. That's not bad. The head feels a little bit weird, absolutely, but oh, I forgot about the inner stuff, the inner muscles. Oh, dude, do I have to? Okay, sure. Maybe even go... No, that's fine. This is like a perfect exercise for a person who's learning anatomy. I am not learning anatomy right now, so what am I doing to myself? This reminds me of the back of the Attack Titan on season 4. Anatomy is so hard. Yeah, bro. Don't even get me started. I mean, every artist gotta get to anatomy at some point, right? But whoops, that was not supposed to happen. All right, let's turn this into a Loomis head. Also, while I'm watching this, I'm working on a current issues project comparing Taiwanese and Chinese culture. I decided to draw a picture instead of make a poster. That's an interesting approach. I was wondering what's your opinion on tracing the cityscape for a background in my piece. You can never go wrong with tracing. Tracing can be can be considered very taboo when it comes to drawing, especially for people who don't know how to draw or have not tried drawing seriously, right? But you can learn a lot just from tracing. Tracing can be an actual exercise when it comes to drawing things, right? So yeah, absolutely, go for it. Go for it. There's, like I said, if you go on tracing, not in like a quote unquote dumb way, but just try to trace with purpose, right? Try to trace, but also pick up some things, right? Think about what you're tracing and think about the placement of things. That's one. Two, another reason for you to trace is sometimes you can pick up learning, or you can pick up drawing, and some of the most amazing and talented artists don't know how to draw backgrounds. Okay, so about our perspective and buildings. Exactly, this is what I'm going to get into. Some artists can literally have a professional sort of like career just making background sort of like illustrations, right? So drawing is not all just like characters and character designs and beautiful like silhouettes and stuff like that. There's also a very sort of like important side of illustration, which is background and just like cityscapes and landscapes in general, right? So some artists have like that as a profession, just like background designers or background artists. And some people can go their whole career drawing and designing amazing pieces, amazing character designs, without ever knowing how to draw backgrounds. So if you kind of like don't know how to draw backgrounds now, absolutely don't feel bad, because some of the most amazing artists don't as well. So yeah, there you go. I'm trying to draw this hairy man, bro. He's got so much hair. Right? I'm in awe of artists who can draw such beautiful backgrounds. Uh, I mean, honestly, it all takes practice. Like I said, just don't think that they're doing something very exceptional or anything like that. They're literally just put in the work, and they just like went hard on backgrounds. They focused on one thing and they've gotten good at it. If you give them a character to draw, they would probably draw it fine, but not as well as a background. All right. Let's see. Honestly, hey, when I fixed the head, it kind of doesn't look that bad now. I don't hate it. I like it. Oh no, what happened? Why am I... What the hell? Camera? Hello? Did I freeze for a second? Did I actually freeze? On stream? That's funny. Let me... Let me look that up. Oh, did I freeze again? Dude, what is going on? Do I have a work tool? I do. Wait, hold on. What is happening? What the hell? Maybe lean him a bit towards the right. Yeah, freezing a bit, but we can still hear you fine. Good. The work tool. Let me check. Oh my god, am I freezing again? Okay. Look. What is it? No, dude, stop. This is not funny. Alright, I'm gonna take this off. Boom. Boom. Okay. Just to prevent the phone from like shutting off, because I'm sharing the data from the phone, I'm going to plug it in the charger somewhere, and I'll be right back. I have this on me. All right, I'll be right back. All right, we're back. He's back. We're back, baby. I just wanted the phone to not shut off on me, because if it does, the stream will stop. All right. Where were we? Where's my pen? Here you go. We got. You told me about the work tool, right? Let's try that. Oh, dude. Was it yesterday? I think the day before. I tried the work tool on a face. I was drawing Power from Chainsaw Man, and bro, it looked like her face was melting. It looked so funny. Let's try the work tool. Let's see here. Where is it? Oh no, I think you go double click. How do I double click without a mouse? There you go, work. You said towards the right? So, I think I see it. I see it. How about that? I think it feels better. Absolutely. Looking good? All right. We got the confirmation. All right. Let's all right. This is fun. This is good. I like this. I like where this is going. I like the way I'm practicing this as well. You see, this is one of the things that I learned, is that as a person matures, they get to think about or to see more variables all at the same time. And when I talk about maturing, it's equivalent when it comes to a skill is getting good, right? Maturing is just getting good at life. And getting good at something, because seeing, like, let's say, for example, a motion piece, a motion design piece. Two people seeing a motion design piece, one person can be like an expert motion designer, a senior motion designer. The other will have no idea about what motion design is. One will think about, oh, the beautiful movement and, you know, how, you know, smooth it is, right? The other will think about how everything is moving and the interpolation between the keyframes. They would be thinking about the keyframes. They'd be thinking about the effects that have been used to make that sort of movement, to make that sort of look. And that's a lot of variables that they're thinking about all at the same time. And I think the more variables you get to be able to think about when it comes to drawing, I think that's a good indicator that you're, you know, towards the right path. And I feel like I'm getting there. Absolutely, I'm not there yet, but I feel like I'm getting there. And that just makes me happy. All right, let's flip the, okay, I'm not going to use a tablet anymore, so I can just disconnect it and use my mouse, because using the thingy on the laptop is so, it sucks. That's some wisdom right there. Yeah, we try to get wisdom. We try to talk wisdom in this bit. All right, 10 minutes of better painting. OBS, where are you? Kendrick Lamar, Markiplier. What is this? I never looked these up, by the way. Meets Canyon, Chiefs versus Panthers. I'm curious about what this is actually. Okay, this is football. I can't be. Let me. Cat brain rot. What does this mean? Cat brain rot. What? Okay, wait a minute. This is, what is happening? What was that? That's funny. Okay. Okay, yeah. Do I have brain rot? Probably. 10 minutes. For better painting? Is that for better painting? Here you go. All right, we got light and shadow, boom, boom, boom. Color notes. Did I watch this or did I not? I feel like I didn't. So let's watch that. Let me grab, this is actually my notebook right here. That's great. And let me grab a pen. All right. In yesterday's video, we talked about, or he talked about, let's see. Got shapes, color, harmony. No, light and shadow. He talked about color, light and shadow. The simpler you say it, the more eloquent it is. And this is very good. Very interesting. Shapes and value connection. 3 values to focus on. Oh yeah. So we talked about 2 lights and 1 shadow. These are like the 3 values that you need to focus about. If you're drawing something in grayscale, you need to get like like this is like simply put, right? We're not talking about making gradients. We're just talking about three colors, three basic colors that can make up most of the drawings, right? So we need an average light, which is the light, let's say for example, this light is sort of like hitting my face. So this is like the average light, right? Any part that is hit by the light. And then we have the average shadow, which is like this part, right? This is just the average shadow. And we have the halftone. And the halftone is very interesting because the halftone needs to be a shade closer to the average light. The halftone is not like a darker color. It's a bit of a lighter color. It's not a light shade of it's not like light, right? It's not white, but it's a very light shade of gray. And so when we talk about halftones, for example, I don't know if I have any halftones on my face here, but some like here, for example, can be a halftone. Here can be a halftone, right? Maybe like this part of my neck can be a halftone. So yeah, these three values that you need to focus on and build upon. And if you want to go like make more values, you just like build from there. That's yesterday's video. So today's video is color notes. I don't know what that means. Let's find out. Color notes.
Break out your pocket watch and your paintbrushes. It's time for episode 7 of 10 Minutes to Better Painting. I am your dubiously credentialed host, Marco Bucci. Let's dig right in. Writer Hunter S. Thompson said, "Life has become immeasurably better since I have been forced to stop taking it seriously."
Wow. Now that's some wisdom.
Life
Oh, he has been forced. That's an interesting way to put it because he did not say, since I stopped taking it seriously. He said, since I have been forced to stop taking it seriously. So I wonder what happened.
has become immeasurably better since I have been forced to stop taking it seriously. This episode is about color notes, which falls under the category of taste. It can be difficult to craft a lesson around taste, but bear with me. Here's some work by Richard Schmid, a painter known for expressive color. Look at any of these paintings up close, and you'll find that the objects are made of not flat colors, but a whole array of color. Color notes can help your paintings gain an extra layer of life. As is so often the case with art, life comes through variety. Let's see if you agree. Here's the original painting, and here's a version where the color notes have been removed. There's nothing wrong with either of these. But if you ask me, the color notes help elevate a picture to painterly heights. These colors just have an attraction to each other, like positively charged ions, negatively charged ions. I should have done research on ions. Forget the ions. The idea is you start with a flat color, and you introduce variations on it. Keeping your values close and your edges soft helps the effect stay together. If I tried it with hard edges and contrasty values, it doesn't look so good. Also, by allowing the original color to dominate, we can still tell what local color the object is. Alright, let's investigate some of the actual mechanics behind these color notes. Here's a sampling of the original yellowy greenish base color, and here's a note of purple. Now, to get from one color to the other using the hue strip, I have to slide from here all the way up to here. That makes it appear that there's this huge chasm between the two colors, and you might be timid about making such a big move. But actually, the distance between these two colors is not that great. In episode 5, I talked about how color harmony can be based on grays, and color notes directly applies this theory. Our first color was here. Our second color was here. If we completely desaturated both of those, the resulting color is identical, even though there are two different hues. So allow me to offer you a different way of looking at the color space. We have our two colors, and let's flip one of these boxes around. In this configuration, we can join them. And now, through the gray, we can link any two colors we want. But before you get all excited, there are still some questions that need answers. For example, how can we keep these color notes organized? Just how far can you stretch this whole gray thing? How can you trust your own taste enough to know what looks right? You know, like what matters and what doesn't. This is where I need a good analogy. No, not ions. Oh, I know. I went wine tasting in France this year, and my wine educator taught me that the drinking was step 3 of a 3-step process. The drinking is where you apply your tastes. There's no right or wrong. You just go with your fancy.
Okay, wait, hold on.
And you like what you like. That applies to color notes as well. But to inform your whims, the first 2 steps were all about gathering context. For instance, the color and opacity of the wine can give you clues as to its structure, like its approximate age, the type of grape, you know, useful information to have if you're serious about wine. In painting, it's values that give you your structure. Notice that most of those color changes are just not evident in a value study. Don't fall into the trap of thinking that a variety of color means changing your values sporadically. No, it's a simple value structure that gives you the leeway to be more playful with color. And as you can see, Richard Schmid in Grayscale agrees. Okay, back to our list here, which I've updated. For our purposes. The next step was smelling the wine. This is when you start to gather information about little flavors it might have. I feel like this is similar to the overall temperature of a light source. Here are some common light sources on the degrees Kelvin scale. But you know, forget about degrees Kelvin. What matters is that different light sources give you different starting points from which to explore color. For example, in the context of sunset light, your starting point might be way over here, but you aren't just stuck in that one spot. You're free to do little hue shifts to neighboring colors. And when you do these little neighboring moves, I find you can often keep a similar saturation. You could also venture toward the gray, pick up a few color notes as you do, and pop out into the blues. These grays by themselves are a little coolish for sunset, but because they're linked to those initial warms, they can really work as accent notes. However, if you were to force...
Oh my god. The grays literally link the colors together. Forget about all the theories, right? The complementary colors, the monotone. It's not monotone. Monotone colors. It's not monotone. Monotone colors. Yeah, exactly. Forget about all these theories. Just think about how you can link the colors. And the way you link them is through the grays. I gotta go, but thanks for the good stream. All right, take care, Cloudy. Always fun to have you, man.
Forsake that connection and venture too far. Your painting will look less like color notes and more like a color, and they can really work as accent notes. However, if you were to forsake that connection and venture too far, your painting will look less like color notes and more like a color cacophony. A more neutral light source will have a more neutral starting point, perhaps allowing this kind of exploration. So, armed with context, we can finally indulge in the wine.
So determine temperatures and strengths. Don't feel stuck with just one. Light strengths can favor certain notes.
Any volunteers to do the drinking? We can finally indulge in the wine. Any volunteers to do the drinking? Look, everyone, the intern's back. Hey, no hard feelings from that last episode. We're cool, right? Okay, well, drink up, buddy. While the intern is drinking delicious wine, let's look at the delicious notes in this Xiaoming.
He looks underage. I don't think he should be able to drink. Am I wrong?
While the intern is drinking delicious wine, let's look at the delicious notes in this Xiaoming Wu sunset painting. The sunset colors are rooted in saturated reds and equally saturated neighboring colors. A little further back, he moves toward the gray, exploring notes in this range. And in the very back, he continues that trajectory, finding gray notes that work in context with the warms up front. The shadows receive their illumination from the environment's ambient light, and the color notes here follow a similar path, only in a totally different area of the color wheel. Color notes can come in endless combinations, so it's up to you to explore and find what suits your taste. And just remember, if you ever get stuck, you can always go back to steps 1 and 2. Check your context. Make sure you haven't gone overboard. Oh my god, the intern's wasted. This is not good. Just get off the screen. Wait a second. Hang on there, intern. Okay, stumble around again. Stumbling is another way to find color notes. So long as your context is well understood, your stumbling will be contained, and all kinds of color relationships can happen this way. Who would have known that being impaired could possibly help art? I should have seen that coming. Well, switch to water, everyone, because we're headed to part 2. Let's do a little color study of part of that Richard Schmid painting. My intention here is not to do an exact copy, rather put my focus on building similar color notes. I'm starting, of course, with a basic value pattern, not thinking about color just yet. The structure needs to be there before I can build on it. So here I'm just tinting the canvas to give me something to work out of. The main light source in this painting is a cool overcast, so tinting the canvas slightly warm will help some of those neutral cools punch out just a bit more. But it's not just cool colors I'm playing with. You can see some neutral oranges, neutral pinks, even some neutral reds there. Now this is kind of a rapid fire stage. I'm just throwing colors on there and exploring, not taking any choice too seriously yet. I need to audition the colors before I can make any decisions. The value is what ensures that the form stays solid. Then when it comes to the color notes, I have to just use my taste. Do I like a certain passage or do I not? Now, contextually, because the light is coolish, I, and Richard Schmid, are favoring cooler notes in the light. You can see as I get into some shadow areas now, I'll switch to favoring warmer notes. In fact, one of the things I love about the Schmid painting is that some of the neutral warm color notes in the light, for instance some of those neutral oranges, those same hues are brought into the shadow, only they get a little warmer, more saturation. It's an interesting way of carrying a color note from light to shadow in this case. And as a result, you gain an extra layer of structure, a subliminal sense that there's a method to the madness, which in my opinion is always nice. There's also these tasty, saturated notes of blue in the light and equally saturated notes of red in the shadow. They're used sparingly enough that it doesn't look like the wall is blue or red. To me, they read as accent notes, and really are abstract color choices, meaning they're not related to the fact that this is a house. The physical subject ceases to matter past a certain point. Those saturated blue and red color notes are related more to the overall color design of this painting. There's just something pleasing about how they magnify the more neutral versions of themselves. Now, I'd just like to say that there are other factors that can contribute to color notes, things I didn't cover in this video, like the physical texture of something, atmospheric perspective. Color is such a deep subject, and this lesson is certainly not meant to be the end of it. But I have found that for me, it's the quality of the light more than any other physical phenomena that drives most of your color decisions. So anyway, I'm at a stage now where everything is in, and I'm consolidating my color choices. Colors I don't think fit, I'll just paint right over them. Or maybe an area has too many color notes, so I'll smooth it out a bit. This process can take hours, as every little area is connected to every other area. So I'll stop right here.
That's great.
You know, I used to look at good painters' palettes and think, man, what a mess. But now I know what we're really looking at here is a map that charts the color notes in the painting. But these maps don't look technical or intimidating to me. They look fun. I often look to the painter's palette as evidence of the sheer joy that can come with mixing color. You know, you can explore all these different color notes before committing to them. Now, digital painting removes the necessity for having a physical palette like this. So if you're a digital painter who's never tried mixing traditional pigment, I say give it a shot. You might be pleasantly surprised at how it can nurture a love for color. Well, that's it for today, and Geez, how much wine did you drink? I'll call you a cab, just give me your address. Okay, is there someone who can come and pick you up? This is not where I saw this lesson going.
Alright, that was very interesting. That was very interesting. I really like this. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate every single one of you. And yeah, all I gotta say is peace out.